Hey fam, how you doing today? Today we're going to deal with platonic friendship. So let's call this episode 1 in a long series on platonic friendships and relationships. Now we're dealing with matters of the heart. So there's never any correct or wrong playbook when you're dealing with matters of the heart. It basically all depends on how you decide to deal with it. Okay? So is there room for a platonic friend in a relationship? I don't know. It all depends on how you look at it. Now, from the female perspective, a female can have a member of the opposite sex as a platonic friend, and nothing may ever come of it. I mean, more likely than not, nothing will ever come of it because females look at friendships differently. A female can look at a member of the opposite sex, a male, and consider him a friend and never be intimately attracted at all. Now, she may like his friendship for the conversation, just like hanging out, somebody she can talk to, and it means nothing. All right, she can move on to the rest of her day and nothing ever comes of it. All right. Now the male, it's a little bit different. Now I'm speaking generally, not talking about the outliers, but most men, most heterosexual men, if there's a member of the opposite sex that is a friend, at the very least, and minutely, in his subconscious, is attracted in some sort of way to a female. Men are just attracted to females. God made us that way. He made the man to be attracted to a female shape, her talk, her walk, spiritually, emotionally, whatever. But men are attracted to females. Now, although that man may not act on that attraction ever, at the very least, he has thought, even subconsciously, even minutely, he may have at very least envisioned what that female looks like naked, how it would be to make love to her, anything, what it would be like to be in a relationship with her. Okay, I mean, let's just speak realistically. Most men think that, even if they see a beautiful female walking down the street and she could have a nice shape, this man could have been married for 20 years. At the very least, his eye, by habit and by instinct, will see a woman walk past, think in his mind, wow, she's pretty, and then move on with his day. Nothing ever comes of it. All right, we call that in the church world the holy glance. So you may look, okay, and move on. You're in love with your wife. Nothing ever happened of it. You're not lusting on the woman. You just seen something pretty. Nothing of it. Move on. But at the very least, women, you have to understand that most men think like that. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the way God made us. All right? And I'm not saying that's for every man. There's some men who are hands down better men than myself, and most men that I know. Most men won't even look at a female, but they do that for a reason. Now, what I have learned is most men who understand and know themselves will not put themselves in a situation where they will ever have to test temptation. Okay, so if a man sees a man who knows himself, sees a beautiful female walking down the street, knowing how men are, he will remove himself, turn his head the other way, look at a book, get on his cell phone and start texting, so he won't have his eye even have to test looking at that beautiful female walking down the street. So that being said, in a platonic friendship, women, you have to understand men think differently. Okay, so most men, although, like I said, they may never act on that temptation, you have to understand a man will at the very least have a thought of a beautiful female. Does it mean anything? Probably not. But you have to also understand, women, that if you have a male friend that is not your husband, boyfriend, partner, you got to realize at some point he has thought about you in ways that you may not think he has thought about you. Now, how do you think your man, your boyfriend, or your husband will feel about that? Something you need to think about. But we're going to continue this lesson in part 2. Out.